At this point, I have a few lines still left. Whoops, where'd it go? Of just kind of the outline, a light whisper line of the outline of the cloth that's folded and draped. I've started putting on values. I start with the lightest values, especially around the inside, just really light values. And then get darker and darker. Use the block charcoal sparingly. Let's see if we can go back here. And the background is not solid dark or solid light, but try to get a variety of mixtures. The really light grays, but closer to the fabric, it gets lighter and lighter. So this side still has the pencil lines showing. So I'm going to just put a light background in so it picks up. I'm using the side of the charcoal or the vine charcoal, and I'm using my fingers to smear it. I'm also using the blender. Hopefully you took one of those home to get into the little creases. And to get the lines sharp, because the sharp edge of the shadow is really important. And sometimes the charcoal on this piece is enough, but sometimes you need to get back to erase too. So use the side of the charcoal and just get some light outlines. I'm using that to avoid any lines that are visible. So if you put the charcoal on and then try to keep your lines really, really sharp edged. Use your finger and be careful. This stuff makes a mess, I've discovered. Well, I should know better. And because that line's gotten messy, I'm going to go ahead and redraw it. And then I'm going to use this tool, the blender, to soften it to eliminate the line. And my finger. As you can see in the inside, I've gone back and I've darkened some areas. I've blended some more. And I think mine's almost near the end, except I still have some pencil here that's visible. Not pencil, yeah, actually it's charcoal. And I've got a few lines up here I need to emphasize again. But maybe I'll make this section a little bit darker, so when it goes off the page, it will be more visible. But as you can tell, this fine charcoal gets pretty skinny and pretty tiny. So I'm going around the edge and I'm going to darken in here. I'm going to smooth it out so hopefully you can't see lines. And then try not to smear it all over the place. But be careful, just don't do darks and lights or just wimp out with just lights. And because this edge is getting kind of messy, I'm going to try to erase it. I'm not sure if that's going to work too well, but it might get the edge sharper because this is where the light hits and it's really sharp right along that side. And maybe here I need to blend in this line a little bit and then sharpen it with the eraser. And this one, looking back at what I have, I get lost in all the folds. So you kind of have to make it up as you go too. And I'm not sure which fold this one is. But let's see if we can bring it back. This one goes out and then it comes down and then it's going to disappear. hopefully, to avoid the lines. Again, it's not a photograph, but you look at where the lights are, put the lightest values in first. I see them along the folds, as well as sharp edges of white that come through. Some more smudges along the side, and there's some folds over here. And this is kind of a darker area here, and there definitely is a deep shadow right there. So try to keep your edges sharp, and then blend it in. This is the black charcoal, the block. It doesn't work real well because it makes such a sharp mixture, and it's harder to blend. So I use primarily the vine charcoal, which is disintegrating, but there's some lines that need to disappear too. Okay, so hopefully you can see there are some folds, darks and lights. Again, it's an experience, it's exploring, it's trying new things. Lighter grays on this side to a deeper black or gray on that side. Underneath there's shadows too, where you'll see the shadow of the fabric, what's underneath, and yet you'll see some highlights of some white areas. So play with it. Let's see if you can get this, enjoy this during this week. And it's just exploring, it's trying new things. Thank you. May it be a good process for you. Just open your eyes, squint your eyes periodically to see where the real darks and lights are. Don't worry too much about the detail, but you're really working on darks and lights. Thanks.